How did you feel about yoga before working with a yoga sports coach?
It's interesting. I got introduced to yoga probably 2 years ago, and it was just more of a holistic type thing where it just kind of, more of like a meditation type thing that was introduced to me. And, I just felt like it was me and a lot of older people, and I never really knew that it could be used for sports-specific purposes.
And how do you feel yoga has helped you with the sport of baseball?
It's opened me up to a whole nother level. I wish I would have found this earlier in my career. Not only do I feel stronger, but I feel looser, and everything I do now is just so much more effortless. The way my body just flows through the mechanics of not only pitching but hitting as well. It's been a very exciting 10 months.
Would you recommend yoga to other athletes?
Absolutely. I work with a lot of amateur athletes and helping them kind of get to the next level. I've been plugging this in their ear for a while now because it's helped me get to another level. And, I thought I reached as many levels as I could. So to be able to help kids understand the importance of their body and the importance of taking care of their body and using this as a way to help them not only be better at their sport but stay healthier at their sport, I absolutely recommend it.
I associated yoga perhaps with sort of new age, perhaps slightly hippie-ish practices. That was my views before. I realised it was really, really good for strength. It had a lot more benefits than I thought because I've always been keen on exercise that burns a lot of calories, where you have to always break a sweat. But with this yoga, you still work very hard, and it can be adapted according to how you're feeling or what your goals are.
Hi, my name's Dave Scott. I'm an ex-major in the Royal Army Physical Training Corps where I served for 30 years. My main job specification was the fitness of the British Army for combat operations. Unfortunately, I lost my leg above the knee in 2009. Before I met Michelle, an intervention of yoga sports science, it was difficult. Psychologically, it was difficult to actually have the motivation to do certain things. My flexibility wasn't as good as it should be. My core stability wasn't as good as it should be. And these were all factors which I wanted to improve so as to enhance my ability and my sport and opportunities that had now come to the forefront. The main thing I was trying to achieve by doing the sports science yoga was the increase in flexibility, a change in mindset, and something to make me more relaxed and more positive. Also to make my core stability stronger and to generally improve my chances of success in the sporting field. When I first started the yoga, it was extremely difficult. My flexibility was worse than I thought, especially my hands and elbows and shoulders. Rotation was extremely bad. Core stability wasn't as strong as I thought I was, because you always think you're stronger than you actually are. And these were all factors that I was trying to improve through doing this project, and it worked in no end. I can't even put into words how it's changed my perception, how it's changed me psychologically. The main differences that I found were an increase in flexibility, an increase in core stability and strength, but more interestingly, a change in mindset. I would sit back and think about things rather than go into them head first. I would look at them rationally, and it actually made me analyse and think about what I was doing, how I was doing it, and why I was doing it, and that improved my performance no end. Benefits throughout the entire time of doing yoga, and yoga is something you just can't switch on and off. You've got to do it every day if possible, every second day if I'm really, really busy, but most mornings without doubt. It's that increase in awareness. It wakes you up in the morning, it gives you a positive attitude, it gives you a positive outlook. It's something that you've got to try. If you don't try, you'll never know. It may not be for you. I found I'm a bit of a hard nut when it comes to fairy things, and I always thought that yoga was a fairy thing. It's not. It's hard, it's physical, you sweat a lot doing it, you use a lot of energy, but the benefits are enormous. Increased perception, increased strength, increased flexibility, increased mindset, and more importantly, it's allowed me to do things that I didn't think I would ever do again. So much so that we've just started the first amputees 4-way skydiving team, and I've just come back from the United States having trained for 2 weeks. That's what sports science, and more importantly, yoga can do for you. So if you haven't tried it, try it today.
Me llamo Fernando y voy a hablar acerca de mi experiencia en el yoga. Comencé el yoga en febrero de este año, 2011, y al principio cuando tuve amigos que me comentaban que practicara el yoga, pensaba que el yoga era una cuestión más mística y de meditación que lo que he aprendido. Durante estos meses que he practicado el yoga me doy cuenta que he ganado mucha tonificación en mi musculatura, que he corregido muchas posturas que tenía mal y que mi lesión que tengo en las cervicales, estas protusiones, pues ha mejorado bastante el dolor, prácticamente ya no tengo nada. También he conseguido pues mucha más movilidad y por supuesto flexibilidad. Esto hace que mis articulaciones ya empiecen a hacer ruido cuando antes era completamente rígido. Bajo mi experiencia de estos meses practicando yoga, absolutamente recomiendo hacer yoga a cualquier deportista de élite, ya bien sea de la vela y en cualquier tipo de modalidad de barcos, ya bien sea los catamaranes, los barcos individuales o los barcos grandes, incluso en cualquier otro deporte. Creo que es necesario e importante para corregir posturas y para sobre todo tener una mejor movilidad dentro de los barcos. También con el yoga estoy aprendiendo a respirar y la importancia que tiene la respiración en todos mis ejercicios y en conocer también mis límites de movimiento y de fuerza. Creo que me ayudan mucho más a tener más conciencia de lo que es mi cuerpo, me ayuda mucho más a controlar los movimientos y mi propia respiración y a oxigenar bastante más la cabeza para poder también concentrarme mejor y tener un rendimiento más alto.
The most I can tell it changed when I noticed how it helped me on a very long ride. I was riding about 400 miles and I was surprised how much time I could spend in the drops and in a tri-bar position. I spent more than a half a ride, and that was very unusual. After that, after 2 hours, I felt normal again.
Amazing.
Having in mind that I was in the saddle for 30 hours, 24 hours, that was, I would say, instant.
Yeah, recovery was
Yeah.
instant.
Yes, I was still a bit stiff next day, but you saw me, I had a session next day and I was almost fine,
You were almost-
which is a bit unusual.
Yeah.
Although I'm used to long distances, but this quick recovery is
Yeah.
quite unusual. That was the biggest difference that I noticed.